For centuries, people across Europe believed that dead could return, not as ghosts, not as spirit, but as something far more terrifying. Creatures that walk at night, hiding in darkness, searching for blood. They were called vampires, and long before movies and books, many people truly believed these creatures were real. A vampire is a creature that feeds on the blood of living. In most legends, vampires are dead humans who return from grave. They are said to come out at night hunting for victims. Many stories describe vampires as pale, silent, and dangerous. Some legends say they could transform into animals, like bats. Others believed they had supernatural strength. But one thing was always the same: vampires needed blood to survive. Stories about vampires-like creatures exist in many ancient cultures. In ancient Greece, there were stories about creatures that returned from dead to drink blood. In ancient Rome, some myths describe dark spirits that attack people at night, but the modern idea of the vampire mostly comes from Eastern Europe. Countries like Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria had many stories about vampires. In these regions, people believed that certain individuals could become vampires after death. In old folklore, people believed there were many ways a person could become a vampire. For example, dying in a violent way, being cursed, practicing dark magic, or being beaten by another vampire. Sometimes people believed that if a body was not buried properly, the spirit could return. Fear of vampires became so strong that many communities created rituals to prevent it. Because people feared vampires, they developed unusual burial methods. Some bodies were buried with stakes through the heart, others had rocks placed in their mouth. Sometimes people cut off the head of the corpse before burial. These practices sound shocking today, but to villagers centuries ago they were protected. They believed this action would prevent the dead from returning. Life in medieval villages was very different from today. There was no electricity at night. The world was completely dark. Strange sounds in the forest could easily frighten people. If someone died suddenly, or if illness spread quickly, villagers searched for explanation. Vampire became one of those explanations. They were a way to understand things people could not explain. Over time, vampires became famous in books and movies. One of the most famous vampire stories is Dracula, written by Bram Stoker in 1897. This novel helped shape the modern image of the vampire: tall, pale, elegant, but deadly. Since then, vampires have appeared in countless films and movies, yet their origins are much darker. They began as real fears in small villages long ago. Today, vampires are part of cultures, but their legends come from a time when fear ruled at night, when people believed that dead could rise again, when every strange sound outside the village felt like a warning, because long ago, in the silence of dark forests, people believed that something was waiting, something hungry.